Qualifying round one coming up. Last round's winner.
As we move on, we're VW Pro with the VWR. Dial-in Racing. Jacob Bailey and Jake Fonda. Jake usually not in the Golf Gasser. 11.92 for him in the Slick Tricks lane. 9.90 for Jacob Bailey. That Jetta absolutely does its best to try and dig up the start line as well. .10.23, look at the speed, 148 miles an hour, 11.91 for Jake Fonda, breaks out by 100th. So Paul Walkgate with the Cutthroat Racing Caddy. Another very quick machine indeed. 11 flat for that. And Phil Block. Slick Tricks lane. 12.09 and 12.15. Phil Blogg actually, yeah, they were around about half a second or something like that. Also, from Luke, chairman of VWRC, wants to say huge thanks to the headline sponsors: Race Coated Bearings, Darkside Developments, DH Automotive, RTMG Performance. Good afternoon if you're listening out there in Greece. CG Motorsport Performance Clutches, Artec Performance, Hangar 30, and Pro Race Engineering. Thank you so much to all of them. And a massive thanks especially to Race Coated Bearings, our newest headline sponsor, only signed up this week after the coverage on the VWDRCTV YouTube channel. Sam Young, Hazel Carter, Sam, the electric Beetle, which you can hear breaking traction actually in the Kestrel lane. 970, 154. 12.49 goes 12.94. Right numbers, wrong way round. Hazel actually gets in at number 3 for the moment. James Gould with the Team Militia. Altered. What a great way to go racing. It does have a body on it of sorts. Well, a couple of body panels, I think. 9.50 is his darling, taking on James Hodson, the one and only James Hodson. Many-time winner in the class, 10.85 in the Slick Tricks lane. That also is so quick and quiet. And it goes 10.10, 129 miles an hour. Also, Luke wants to say, and the whole VWDRC want to say a massive thank you to their associate club sponsors too. WRP, ASD Fuel Tech, European Front Wheel Drive, 32 Racing Wheels, Volks Workshop, Renegade Race Fuels, BJ's Bates, Electrical, GP Turbos, and Harvey Property Develops. A massive thank you to all of the people that help out the VWDRC. Okay, Carl Goldsmith. Again, the one and only Carl Goldsmith. 12.99 with the Beetle, which I think is actually the number you can dial before you end up in VW Sportsman, up against Abby Tether. With the Golf, Abby goes 12.83, Carl goes 14.39. So, Luke Stevenson with a big thanks to RTMG Performance, GP Servos, Street Racers, and 32 Racing Wheels. 11.99 is the dial-in for the Don. In the Slick Tricks lane, he's up against Mr. Stu Hodson. In the Kestrel lane, look at the dial-in for the Beetle. Brand new, I was going to say brand new, freshly put together, out of the box. 9.99, that's a quick looking run. 10.36 at 135. And oh so close to the 11s for Luke. 12.22, 114. Actually, that gets him the number 2 spot for now. Next we have Chris Waterhouse with the Bad Habits. Audi A3. Alongside Phil Norman. The car that races double classes actually in Comp Eliminator and in VW Pro, and why not? Well, as the dial-ins tell you, Chris Waterhouse should be quicker. 9.55 at 1:48. That will get him the number 2 spot for now. Phil Norman with a 13.24. The Waterhouse gang look delighted. Okay, that's all for VW Pro. We're on to VW Sportsman. Again, a huge field in VW Sportsman. Now, this is one of those classes you look at and you think, do you know what? I could do that. Well, funny enough, you can. And that's how an awful lot of these people start out in drag racing. I will warn you, it's a very slippery slope. Once you start, that's kind of it. Because you only get quicker and faster. So, Kaz Waterhouse in the TT, 14.90 against Nigel Gregg. With the Audi A6. Again, dial-in class, run as close as you can to your number. Kaz goes 14.78 breakouts. And Nigel 15. Is that 32.04? Wow, that's going to be tough to beat. Hang on. The reason I stuttered was I couldn't believe that. He is 0004 on his dial-in. That could well be... Is that a perfect TT? It's all right. I was just reading the screen. It's 15.320. No, not 000. Sorry, beg your pardon. I read the other screen. If you check the other screen out, look. Over, under. Look at that. But anyway, no. It's 15.32.04. So it's not quite perfect TT, but it's going to be damn hard to beat. Anyway, George Miller and Linda Thomas. Sorry for slightly losing the thread, but first pair, and that happened. 14.16 for Linda, and George goes 14.85, exactly half a second off. So after VW Sportsman, we got Sportsman ET, and then we start all over again. Well, I say all over again. Second round of qualifying for everything, starting out with Pro ET in around about half an hour's time, something like that. Okay, Tom Circuit should have been taking on Thomas Webb, who's, I think, still underneath the tower. Very good looking reaction time for a street car as well. 0.26. Lupo gets there. That's a nice looking run as well. 17.87. Only 700ths of a second off. So this is Tom Webb with Jimmy the Golf. So number one spot is going to be hard to get. 12.23, not bad at all. So Danny Beam with a Lupo. And Steve Metcalf with the Baja. Good looking run for Danny Beam. Will it be a 13.60? Not quite. 78. And a 15.69 takes Steve to number 4 for now, obviously. Paul Robinson wearing the number 1 from last season with TT against Reese Finney with the Lupo. Reese 16 flat, Paul 14.70. $87 and a 92, number 6 and 9. Paul in at number 6. Poppy Hunter and Olivia Carter, another one of those pesky Passats. They're not pesky, they're great. Well, what else would you call it? Pesky Passat? Yeah. A perfect Passat. Yeah. That better. So Olivia, 16.45 in the slick tricks lane and 14.80 for Poppy Hunter. I didn't know we were having a fly past today, but apparently one was arranged for VW Sportsman qualifying. I thought it was the Red Arrows. Unless the Blue Angels have got lost by about a few thousand miles. So Poppy Hunter is going to get there first. 14.85 and 17.89 for Olivia. Right, Nigel Gregson with the Golf. And Lowry. Larry Ainslow, 13.8 with the Seat. $13.33 and a $13.96. Lowry actually slots into the number 7 spot with that, 0.16 off. Lorraine Lodge, the nurse. Getting a very warm welcome from the chief starter against John Gallant. 1450 and 1520. Couple of really nice reaction times as well. Lorraine goes 1532 and 1530. John actually slots into the number 4 spot, only a 1/10 of a second off his dial-in. So, Jason, I did wonder why Jason wasn't on the start line, and that's why, because he was waiting in the other lane. In the other Skoda. Taking on John Crawford. With the Dennis Priddle Tribute Machine. 1575 for him. Jason with the wagon. 1630. So 1628 for John and a 1647. Jerry Sadler, Kestrel Lane 15.30, and Phil Jones with another Audi A3. So 12 and 17 for those two, 1573 and 1567. Yeah, a good few tenths off their dial-ins, unfortunately. The one, the only, the lovely Polly Judge. That's because it's not safe to say anything else other than that. In the Kestrel Lane, 16.15 with another Audi TT. And Steve Stone from Chesterfield with the lay-on. Steve Stone will get there first by virtue of his dial-in being quicker. $13.52, not bad. Let's see what Polly can do. Polly 16, Steve is 12. Polly just about half a second off her dial-in that time. Okay, Jordan Clark in the Thunderbug. $13.99 goes through the 14.19. That'll get him the number 12 spot.